You know, what makes a ghost story really scary? It's not just the cheap jump scares, right? It's all about the structure. That slow building dread and then bam, an emotional gut punch right at the end. So today, we're going to dive into this amazing Hindi horror story, The Rickshaw at Night. We're going to break down exactly how it pulls this off, how it builds all that suspense to deliver an ending you just won't forget. Let's deconstruct it piece by piece. So the story kicks off with something super simple, super relatable. It's 10 p.m., right away that sets a clock ticking. I mean, think about it. The later it gets, the more vulnerable we all feel, don't we? Darkness pretty much becomes its own character. But that's only half of the setup. And there it is. The other shoe drops. The second piece of the puzzle. Time and place. A late night and a graveyard. I mean, that's the classic combo, right? It's a potent mix that just screams at our brains, hey, something is about to go very, very wrong here. All right, so every great story starts with the setup, right? The exposition. This is where we learn the who, what, where, and why. And the author here, wow, they don't waste a single second. We're just dropped right into this perfect storm of classic horror elements. And just look at this. Notice how every single element here is built to completely isolate our main guy, Raghuvir. He's got a really powerful, emotional reason for this journey. He's trying to see his dying grandfather. That makes it urgent, and we can all relate to that. But everything, and I mean everything, is working against him. You've got a massive storm, a road that's just turned to mud, and the sounds of jackals closing in from the forest. He is just completely, utterly alone. Okay, so now we move into what's called the rising action. This is where the story really starts to build. It shifts gears, you know? We go from this general feeling of unease to specific, really unsettling stuff happening. The author just starts layering on the suspense, turning up the heat little by little. And boom, this is the first major turning point. Suddenly, it's not just a storm anymore. This feels personal. It feels like an intentional act from some unseen force. A bolt of lightning just takes out a tree, completely blocking the road. This forces Raghuvir out of the rickshaw, out of that little bubble of safety, and onto his own 2 feet. Now, he's totally exposed, not just to the storm, but to whatever else is waiting out there in the dark. Oh, I love this part. The rickshaw puller, who up until now just seems like a kind, poor guy, gives this incredibly specific and chilling piece of advice. In storytelling, there's this idea of Chekhov's gun. If you show a gun in the first act, it has to go off later. Well, this is it. This isn't just some vague, hey, be careful out there. No, it's a direct instruction for a very, very specific kind of danger that's waiting for him. Goosebumps. And that's exactly the question we're supposed to be asking, right? Who is this guy? How in the world does he know what's lurking on this path? This warning is brilliant because it does 2 things at once. First, it foreshadows the threat that's coming, and second, it makes us suspicious of the one person who's been helping Raghuvir. The seeds of doubt are officially planted. Okay, deep breaths. This is it. We've reached the climax. All that atmosphere, all that foreshadowing that's been so carefully built up, well, it's all about to pay off in a big way. The threat isn't just implied anymore. It's about to become very real and very, very physical. And the reveal is just horrifying. The kind rickshaw puller comes back, but he's not the same. The transformation is absolutely grotesque. His voice changes completely. His skin starts literally rotting and peeling off his body right in front of Raghuvir. And all that friendly concern, it's gone, replaced by this awful hunger for fresh blood. The one person who seemed like an ally is the monster. From there, the story just explodes into this frantic chase. Raghuvir is running for his life. But where can he go? He runs right into the graveyard, the one place he was trying so hard to avoid. It's like he's fleeing from one nightmare straight into the heart of another. You can just feel the panic as he's slipping and sliding in the mud with that monstrous face right behind him. He ends up hiding behind a tree in the graveyard, and he is completely, totally cornered. And the sensory details here are just brutal. The sight of a half-burnt corpse just lying there, the overwhelming smell of decay filling the air. I mean, he's trapped in a place that is literally defined by death, while a creature of death is hunting him down. It is a moment of pure, absolute despair. But then, just when you think it's all over, that all hope is lost, the story takes another crazy turn. We're moving into the falling action now, but instead of things calming down, a whole new mystery gets thrown into the mix. A rescuer just appears out of nowhere.
So picture this. Raghuvir's being choked. His vision is starting to fade to black. And then bam! A second figure appears. And this new thing, it doesn't go for Raghuvir. It goes right for the demon, grabbing it by the neck and just lifting it clean off the ground. The entire power dynamic just flips in an instant.
But here's the crazy part. This savior, it looks just as terrifying as the monster it's fighting. Its face is described as a void, like frozen black darkness. So it looks like a nightmare, but its actions are completely protective. It overpowers the demon and then, without a word, just signals to Raghuvir, urgently, go home, you are needed there. So now we have this huge new question. Who or what is this terrifying guardian angel? All right, let's get to the final act, the resolution. This is the part where the story completely transforms. It stops being just a horror story and becomes something else entirely. It becomes a story about love and loss and a connection that's unbelievably strong. All the pieces of the puzzle are about to click right into place. So, Raghuvir finally stumbles home, but he's too late. He walks right into the scene he's been dreading the whole time. His family is mourning. They're preparing a funeral pyre for his grandfather. That race against time he was on, it looks like he lost. Or did he? And this is the key to everything. His grandmother tells him that his grandfather's last words weren't for himself. They were for Raghuvir. He kept saying, Raghuvir is in great danger. His grandfather knew. Somehow, across all those miles, he could feel that his grandson's life was on the line. And this is where it all just clicks into place. Look at the timing. It's everything. The exact moment the demon attacks Raghuvir in that graveyard, 12:15 a.m., is the exact moment his grandfather passes away miles from there. And then, just a minute later, the protector shows up. The connection, it's just undeniable. And that just reveals the final, incredible, beautiful truth of this story. That protector, the one with the face of darkness, that was the spirit of his grandfather. In his last moments on Earth, his love for Raghuvir was so powerful, so strong, that it literally crossed over to become a spiritual guardian, strong enough to fight off a demon and make sure he got home safe. All the horror, all the terror of the story, it's completely reframed as this profound act of love. So the story leaves us with this really powerful question. It starts off as a classic, terrifying ghost story, but it ends up being this beautiful testament to the idea that some bonds, the love we have for our family, can actually transcend death itself, that it can become a shield for us in our absolute darkest moments. And honestly, that's a thought that's way more powerful than any monster could ever be.